looking, and it'll be, nope, it looks like, did we give the white flag or did he? All right, we are told we are on the final lap here. So we are on the final circuit for Will Power, and he has a 5-second lead over Frank Montagny. Dominguez is third, another 11 seconds back. Bernoldi is fourth. Pereira is fifth. So here's the gap. There is second place Montagny. And then third is a long way back. So it's just a matter now of Will Power, who has been doing so well today. In fact, Will has been in command of 76 laps that he has led here. And there is Kevin Kalkoven, his team owner. They will lay claim, if he can just negotiate the last few curves, to the final Champ Car race. A 25-year span of the 34 years between kart and Champ Car racing here. And for Will Power, it will be his third win in Champ Car. And most importantly, he will pick up 50 valuable points. It'll move him into 6th place in the points championship standings. And here he comes down Shoreline Drive for the final time. And there is your winner, Will Power at Long Beach.
And how wonderful for Kevin Kalkoven, who was one of the owners of the Champ Car Series. As you mentioned, Marty, now merged in with the IRL.
Oh, and Graham Rahal has crashed, and looks like that's in the turn 8 area. So on the final lap, Rahal had been up to 7th place. He had worked his way back into a good points position after having the earlier contact and dropping all the way back as far as, I believe, I remember, about 14th place. So this is going to hurt him in the points championship. And there is your winner, Will Power, waiting for everybody to make their way through. And he's down in the turn 1 area doing the traditional donuts. And let's check in with Jamie Little.
Well, Kevin Kalkoven, one of the leading forces in the unification process, of course, synonymous in Champ Car. How do you sum up the emotions today? It's the end of an era today, and you guys go out on top.
Well, isn't it wonderful? It was also great that my partner, Jerry Forsyth, had the #2 car as well. So a great day, a great moment in motor racing history, and now we move forward to another great series.
What does this win mean for Will Power as you guys move forward in the IndyCar series?
Well, he's proven that he's one of the great road racers of all time. I mean, he was second in qualifying at St. Petersburg. He won here. And what can you say? He's just a great young man.
Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. Kevin Kalkoven, guys, brings home the win. They started 4th, brought home the victory. Marty?
All right, thank you, Jamie. And you can hear the fireworks in the background. And Will Power puts the final exclamation point on this historic weekend. A bad end for Graham Rahal, as right now he is in the tire barrier, and there is the Homatro safety team. Let's take another look at it and see what happened.
As you come down to the turn, it looks, remember we talked about those bumps that you get on all the time. He wasn't going to make the move on the inside going through into turn 9. And what ends up happening, the back end starts to come around on him. Watch the bump. Bang. Car starts to lose grip. He goes around. The back end comes around on him. He puts himself in the tire barrier. Unfortunately, he'll probably lose a few position and probably lose a few valuable points towards the championship run.
So not the end of the race that he was hoping for, but for Will Power, certainly what he was dreaming about, a victory in the final Champ Car race here on the streets of Long Beach. Danica Patrick, you can go get some rest now. Thanks so much for stopping by. I know
oh, you think I'm going to go rest?
I'm still going to party,
huh? Start. This is my first stop, so no, thanks for having me, and glad I could make it back for the Indy.
And we'll see you this coming week at Kansas and then the month of May.
Oh, yes.
All right, there she is, your winner from just last night at Motegi. And we'll talk to today's winner at the Champ Car finale here in the streets of Long Beach when we come back. ESPN's presentation of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach is brought to you by Toyota, moving forward. Well, the 34th edition from high up there in the condominiums along Shoreline Drive. There, just a moment ago, is Will Power climbing out of the car, and the adulation of the thousands of fans here for the 34th running of this great event. And let's send it to Jack Arute, who's caught up with him.
Well, Will Power may have won this race on the start. Tell us about that, Will.
Yeah, we got a ripper start. I was doing plenty of burnouts before, not after the hairpin though. But yeah, it was good start, good strategy. We ran well, and you know, the yellows played well into our hands. So it was a good race. It was a very solid race.
This is the Champ Car finale at maybe one of the cornerstones of Champ Car success.
On television or not? Well done. Yes, fantastic.
Congratulations from your car. And let's go back. It's Long Beach. It's a cornerstone of the history here of open wheel racing, and now it's going to be part of unification. Can you describe the feelings to know forever that your name will be etched next to the final Champ Car race in history?
It's an awesome feeling, you know. I'm so happy for the team, Aussie Vineyards, all the guys that worked so hard over the winter and had to get this IRL program going, and I just feel great for everyone, all the effort they put in.
So now you're going to move on and you're going to go back to the IndyCar series on a 1.5 mile speedway. What are the challenges there, going back and forth between the Panos and now the IndyCars?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot different, but you know, the guys have caught up a little bit. I don't think we're going to bridge that gap in the first year. I mean, they've got too much development on us, but you know, we'll be good on the road courses and street courses.
Well, there's a reason why your other co-owner, Jimmy Vasser, is not here. You had to race against him, and he's standing by right now with our very own Jamie Little. Jamie?
That's right, Jack, and he finished 10th. So, Jimmy, what's it like to get out of your car and know you're the winning team owner here? I mean, what are the emotions here?
It's fantastic. You know, I wish we could have done better with the Plantronics car. I got stuck in neutral in the hairpin. My hand hit the button as I was downshifting to first, and that system puts it in neutral, and I lost like 4 spots and had to burn a lot of fuel at the end to catch up, and so I had to save at the end. But you know, Will Power winning the race and Oriole coming back from a stall to finish 5th. I think it's fantastic. It really hasn't sunk in yet. It's really our first victory in quite some time. Last victory was Portland 05 with D'Amata, and you know, all credit to the guys who've been working day and night for 2 months, getting, you know, IRL Indy cars ready and prepared for the last Champ Car race. And you know, all credit to my team, Mark Johnson, general manager, and it's just great. I mean, Aussie Vineyards AU brand coming on board this year with Will Power is just. They're all down there in the victory circle. I can't wait to get down there with them.
Great job, Jimmy. Brian?
So he won this race 4 times, but unfortunately mechanical problems caused a frustrating day for you, Paul Tracy. Describe your feelings climbing out of the car today.
Obviously, I'm disappointed for the whole team. That you know, I've had a great career here at Forsyth, and it's a shame to have our last race go like this. But I got to thank Jerry Forsyth for all his support, all the sponsors that we've had on board with Bridgestone, and obviously as of late Monster for me. But you know, it was a frustrating day. We got a flat early, and then I drove around the whole lap on the flat, and we got some kind of damage to the CV boot. It tore the clip off of it or something, so, you know, there was grease coming out of the CV, and we had to stop and repair it just when it was going to go green, and we got down about 3/4 of a lap. So it's, you know, kind of just drove around the whole day by myself, you know, half the track behind. So it was a little bit frustrating, but, you know, hopefully this isn't my last race, and we'll be able to come back for another time.
Guys?
Yeah, he needed a caution. We only had 3 cautions in this entire race, so that's why we had such a spread as far as the field. Let's take a look at the results. There were 13 cars on the lead lap, and you can see behind Will Power, Frank Montagny, Mario Dominguez, Enrique Bernoldi, Oriol Servia. That's your top 5. And then there's Jimmy Vasser in 10th. Paul Tracy did come back to finish 11th. And the last car on the lead lap, 13th, Graham Rahal, and you saw what happened to him into turn 9. 4 cars did not make it to the end: Moreno, Anala, Wilson, and Marias. And from there, we take a look at the points. And we went back and looked at the calculations again, and Will Power actually is ahead of Dan Wheldon. I had him in 6th. The official count has him in 5th. What do you think of all this?
Well, 3 extra points for leading the most laps, a very dominating performance. He will have his challenges when he gets to the ovals, as he mentioned, but it won't take long for those transitioning Champ Car teams to turn around and understand the ovals, and I expect they'll be more competitive at Kansas than they were at Miami.
So it has been a historic weekend, and there is the celebration as they'll make the tour around the track. Just last night, it was Danica Patrick at one end of the globe in the IndyCar Series, and here, the closing chapter of the Champ Car Series. We'll see you next Sunday on ESPN2 for the IndyCar 300 at Kansas. The ticket gates open tomorrow morning, I'm sure. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Coming up next, it's the 07 World Series of Poker. Congratulations to our winner. That is Will Power. For Scott Goodyear, Brian Pedigo, Jamie Little, Jack Root, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Marty Reed. Till we meet again.